I've pretty much done everything I can do to be all I can be, whatever that means, because I don't understand what it means.
Today we'll try to solve the mystery that has been puzzling the greatest minds of humanity for over 30 years now. Did Steven Seagal actually have an oops moment on set of his greatest movie Marked for Death when he met Gene LeBell or not?
Never happened to my man Steven Seagal.
Steven also keeps on saying they never even bumped into each other.
And I personally do not think that Gene LeBell ever beat up anybody.
But then he flips the script and says that yeah, we actually hung out, but all that happened was LeBell giving him a quick back rub.
We were just doing some stretching. He wanted to stretch my back, and then I just kind of flipped over the top of him and said thank you for that.
Are you sure you can invite Gene LeBell for a massage?
And I swear to God on my children, they're the most sacred thing to me in this life.
But I may be very, very wrong.
And what about LeBell? Does he have like the super solid point?
Donnie, do you have any idea who Gene LeBell is?
Gene LeBell calls himself Judo Gene LeBell. Gene LeBell is somebody who made his entire career lying about who he beat up.
No way. Just don't tell me he also changes his nationality depending on who he talking to.
For me, it's very disappointing that, people in Hollywood can make their lives by making up bullshit, to try to make themselves something that they're not.
Same here. Can't stand it one bit.
No, there is something when genuinely honest people achieve massive success in Hollywood while working nights as secret agents and being the crime-fighting protectors of Hollywood streets.
I can be bigger than them. I can be better. I can get more attention. I can get more money.
I'm not really curious about the reasons why you're lying most of the time, but what exactly Gene LeBell lie about?
Gene LeBell, who wants to say that he's the stunt guy who beat up Bruce Lee.
Alex, is that true?
Donnie, I've searched high and low on the web and haven't found anything on this matter. From what I gathered, they worked together on the set of Green Hornet. Bruce was teaching him his epic kicks, and LeBell was showing Bruce some judo moves.
What judo moves could he teach Bruce Lee?
We had experts look in every Kodokan, Budokan, Judokai, and what everybody came back to me and said is, he's never even studied judo.
Oh.
He paid the experts, Alex, and they came up empty.
Hopefully he didn't drop a ton of cash on them.
Ask Bruce what happened. Bruce Lee had so much respect for Gene LeBell.
And so what did the experts say about Bruce Lee, Steven?
Is Bruce Lee the greatest of all time in martial arts?
No. Not even close. There are many great masters and many people that I've seen that in my opinion were much greater. Bruce.
Today on our agenda we have Marked for Death and the Legend of Dirty Pants.
We can certainly talk about that today if you want, because I was there,
According to one version of what went down on set, during that epic chase of the great master after Danny Trejo, Stevens was all about, my Aikido is way cooler than Judo and I can totally wiggle out of any hold. Another twist claims Gene LeBell got frustrated with Steven Seagal's inability to control his immense strength, causing a lot of harm to stuntmen due to his unpro attitude.
It's my guy's job to make you look great, and it's your job to protect my goddamn men.
Both stories end up with the Judo master busting the python grip, and the Aikido master taps out and
Steven's struggling. His feet searching for balance. He can't. He's losing air. So, all you hear he comes out. It smells like shit.
Rumors has it Gene LeBell's the guy behind these stories.
The guy is a pathological liar.
This guy really is a pathological liar, pathological scumbag liar, a total asshole. He should go have therapy.
So, who would we trust then?
Conrad Palmisano, you're welcome to go talk to. He was standing right there.
Is this the same guy, Conrad Palmisano, the stunt coordinator on the set of Marked for Death?
Find Conrad Palmisano and let him call Conrad a liar too.
Okay, Jesus.
He'll clear up this mess. He was right there and saw the whole deal.
I thought it was my fault that this horrible thing happened to him.
Nobody's accusing you of anything. We just want to know what happened from the reliable source.
I'm just guessing because I have no particular memory of the occasion.
Well, here we go. At first we can't believe Gene LeBell because he is a pathological liar.
I know Gene, I wouldn't want to call him a liar.
Pathological.
Right?
So, Conrad, what really happened?
And I'm only guessing now.
There was no Conrad Parmesano, nobody else. You shouldn't have an idea of what went on when you weren't there.
Wait, who is this now?
Speaking of Stevens, say hello to Steven Lambert.
My name is Steve Lambert.
The stunt double from Marked for Death. Hey Steve, can you tell us who was around when things went down?
There was 2 bodyguards, which was Steven Seagal's. There was Steven Seagal, there was Gene LeBell, Lincoln Simon, stunt guy, who was with me in my honey wagon, and myself. So there was 6 people there.
Stephen had like 2 bodyguards there with him. Stephen Lambert was there as well. I said, excuse me, and I had to walk maybe a half a block maximum from where his trailer was down to look at the street where we're going to do the chase.
All in all, Steven was a big fan of Gene LeBell.
That was before he found out that the guy is a pathological liar and has zero clue about judo.
Calls himself Judo Gene LeBell.
Conrad Parmesano invited Gene LeBell to capture the hilarious arm-waving thing as Steven Seagal runs.
He wasn't even there for a day. He was there for maybe 4 hours maximum.
What
right?
the hell? Calm down. He was on deck to loan his quad bike to film in on the intense scene.
When they showed up that morning, I knocked on Steven's trailer. I said, oh, Gene LeBell's here. He'd like to meet you.
They started talking about martial arts and Conrad was like, nah, not my thing. And he walks away to do his own stuff.
I'm not a martial artist. I don't know what you do.
But Steven Lambert was there and listened to their dialogue. The Aikido master jumps right in, bragging about being an epic, insane sensei, and boldly claims that he can get out of any lame judo grip.
LeBell said, well, let me explain to you how I do it. Let me show you.
He slowly goes behind the great one and accurately gets ready to pull off the hold to show it off.
And BAM! Out of nowhere, Steven pulls off an awesome Aikido move.
Seagal just sidesteps, full blast. Bang! Right in his crotch.
So after you do this, you drop down to one knee and you're gonna palm, you're gonna grab, twist, and pull as hard as you can.
Hey, the goal makes it all good. He did get out of the lock, didn't he?
Technically, he didn't even get into the hold. He just smacked the poor unsuspecting guy between his legs.
What he kind of loves to do, he reaches around and slaps Gene in the balls. And they're laughing and they're going like, okay, I got it. There's 2 martial arts artists playing with each other for a moment.
I can't breathe. Oh, come on, it's all just kiddie fun.
Harmless play.
Steven slapped on the back and they're just laughing, going like, ha 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 ha.
What a story, Mark.
All in good fun. But seriously, what's the real story? I doubt the LeBell found the sucker punch funny and had a good laugh.
LeBell jumped up like 3 feet in the air.
As soon as he lands, Gene sidesteps, grabbing Seagal's face with one hand and his leg with another.
And Seagal went flying up.
So there were no messy pants in the story, huh?
That's it. But Steven plays it cool, like he didn't go for the crotch, and Gene LeBell didn't take him down with one epic throw.
No chance, you know yourself he's invincible.
Well, maybe, but because he refuses to face the facts, now the whole world is cracking up with his little mishap in the pants during the hold.
Again, I don't know why they want to take this guy and knock him off the pedestal. At what point did all of a sudden it was okay to make him a bad guy? Right?
I don't know, Jeff, has it? I must have missed that.
Conrad, break it down for my buddy why this whole scene couldn't have happened.
It's out on a western movie ranch. Had he been put down in dirt, he would have had dirt all over it.
Yeah, costume would have gotten all dusty, Alex. In the footage, the Aikido master is printed in all black, squeaky clean.
And you can't just dust dirt off with your hand and go, okay, let's go to work.
Why not? I managed to do it. I've had my own moments of falling, you know. Just like here, this one, when he bumps into the car, I know it is not him, but... All you gotta do next is apply an old but gold technique called shake it off.
How's that?
You can watch video tutorial on how to do that. I can't spend time explaining it here, it's a whole different video project. But then again, for penguins it might be a little bit more trickier than for human beings.
Hold on, what are you hinting at? Are you hinting at something?
Nothing. Me? just hanging around. So Conrad, quick question,
Are you hinting again that Steven Seagal is a penguin?
Okay, I'm a little bit hinting at that, yes.
For God's sake, bruh!
I'm just digging for the truth here. Because if Steven isn't a penguin, he could just shake dust off. Penguins? Yeah, they can't do it.
Alright, cool. Conrad, do you think Steven Seagal could shake the dust off his costume?
He would have to go in, and the wardrobe people would have to bring him another change of costumes, right? And do something within the dirty costume.
Well, now we can safely say that the whole costume and dust on the suit isn't that unsolvable. Any more points backing up Conrad's version?
How about the fact that all of this happened right in front of Seagal's bodyguards?
Bodyguards would stand there and do nothing, at least grab a hold of Gene and escort him away or do something, right?
Wrong. The bodyguards look back at Seagal, and Seagal shakes his head like a no. And the minute Seagal did that with his head, the bodyguard stood down.
Seriously, let's face it, Seagal is the only one at fault here. It's common sense for every man. He goes full force and lands the shot below the belt without any reason for that. Any comeback is fair game. But, Conrad, gotta admit, I'm starting to wonder if you're really staying unbiased. How do you generally feel about Steven Seagal?
Does that prove he's a nice guy?
But everyone else says that he behaves horribly. He causes serious harm not only to Gene LeBell, but also to stuntmen and, in general, people around.
There was no reputation of him doing anything against some people.
But he did have a reputation as a secret agent.
As far as I know, even back then there were rumors that he didn't care about the stunt crew.
Even in one of his earlier films, Hard to Kill, when he does that liquor store scene, you can literally see the crash mats on the floor. Yeah, he is protecting these guys.
Yeah, I can just imagine Insane Sensei carefully laying down crash mats for stuntmen, only to go later and clumsily slap them around with his wings.
We constantly had people who would have broken nose, knocked out teeth, black eyes, ripped open face.
Why do that?
I'm a warrior, and that's in my blood.
Hold on, Conrad, there's something fishy going on. You're definitely leaning a certain way when it comes to the Aikido master.
Is there something we need to know about your relationship?
Seagal is a fine actor and a great martial artist.
You can drop a hint if you have any concerns, bro.
Wink if Steven Seagal is standing nearby.
Sitting. If Seagal's sitting nearby.
But he'll call me from over there and say hello and so on and so forth and wish me happy birthday and,
Say no more.
Gotcha, bro.
Just look at that alone.
We got it loud and clear.
In that case, we are left with the Stephen Lambert's version. What do you say?
Anytime anybody wants to have it, I'll take a lie detector test. I'll tell you the same thing. That's exactly what happened.
Are you 100% sure it was a throw? Any chance LeBell was just giving Seagal a stretch?
Gene LeBell isn't a stretcher.
And here we are. Instead of admitting his mistake and moving on, Seagal's legend now includes a story about dirty pants. Gene LeBell received a lawsuit, those legal papers that Aikido master loves to throw around, despite of living above the law and beyond the rules. As a result, Gene couldn't openly discuss the incident, and the story kept on spreading and developing. As for Seagal, we are listening some mind-boggling tales.
In some videos, I saw 3. He states it never happened. Now he's coming up with stretching story.
But one time, Judah Gene couldn't resist and let slip.
You can't criticize them, because if they just had a nice big dinner an hour before, you might have a tendency to do that.